Bernardi Auto, they've got Audis, Hondas, and Toyotas. They are the ones who sponsor who Mazz thinks is a fraud and who's for real. Mazz's tears.
Yeah, those are the tears of a clown.
Mazz's tears.
The second tier. Hold on, let me get my pen.
Mazz's tears.
Dallas. Buffalo. Tennessee.
Mazz's tears.
Third tier. Okay, here we go. Hold on, let me get my pen.
Mazz's tears. 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 Tears.
All right, it's that time of the week. Mazz's Tears, brought to you by the Bernardi Automotive Group. Because when it comes to auto dealers, the Bernardi Automotive Group always finishes top tier. With Mazz, anyway. That's because they sell and service Acura, Audi, Honda, Nissan, Toyota, and Volvo. Bernardi for now, Bernardi for life. Find them now at BernardiAutoGroup.com. Let's face it, they finished top tier with everyone. All right, Mazz, what do we got this week?
Okay, so the idea was most gratifying championships in Boston sports. I went all the way back to like 1980, so let's call it the last 45 years-ish.
Yep.
And my initial plan was 2 tiers, only 2. 2 tiers. Most gratifying and least gratifying.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else you can kind of stick in the middle. And my goal initially was to do 5 and 5. Okay, so you pick the 5 most gratifying, the 5 least gratifying. But honestly, I had trouble limiting the most gratifying championships.
Oh, you were being big-hearted this time.
I was being it was very giving of me. It was very generous. As you know, I'm a giving guy.
Magnanimous of you.
Gives and gives and gives.
There are 2 kinds of people in the world, givers and takers. I'm on one side, you're on the other.
Yes, it's no doubt about it.
Anyway, so the givers, or the tier 1 most gratifying, ended up with 7 teams on it. So I'll tell you what the hell. Let's get to it right away. These are the most gratifying championships in Boston over the last, 45 years. The 84 Celtics. That team was very gratifying. They actually got outscored by the Lakers in this series. Negative point differential. They won the championship anyway. This was a famous series where Kevin McHale clotheslined Kurt Rambis after Larry Bird called the rest of the team a bunch of sissies. There was good contention, and the Celtics got absolutely annihilated in Game 3 of this series. They were lucky to win Game 2. They stole it. Gerald Henderson steal. 2001 Patriots. We all know why. It's got to be near the top of the list. One of the most gratifying championships in Boston sports history. Team. 2004 Red Sox down 3-0 to the Yankees. No team had ever accomplished that. Every team in history had caved. The 2011 Bruins. 3 Game 7s during the course of the playoffs. A tremendous fight in that team all the way to the very end. Didn't win a game on the road against Vancouver until Game 7 when they won in that building. 2013 Red Sox.
Well, you've acknowledged it.
That's
finally.
very big of you.
Hey.
I was actually going to leave them off.
Interesting.
But I decided to include them because, frankly, there may not be a team on this list that overachieved more than they did. They really weren't that good. Honestly, but they and also there was the marathon bombing element to this team that particular year. They really took on the weight of the city. Tremendous season that they had. And two more Patriots teams, 2014 and 2016. The 2014 team played the Seattle in the Super Bowl. It was one of the great Super Bowls of all time. The Malcolm Butler game. Just to not give up in that game when it looked so bleak, to me, was what a tremendous championship that was. And 2016, which is another one I thought about leaving off the list.
I was going to say, because, that's a pretty easy road to get to that Super Bowl. I believe they beat up on Houston, and then they beat up on the Steelers in the AFC Championship game here. That typically would be like, I'm not going to qualify
and then the
that.
Falcons.
Correct. But down 28-3.
Yeah, give it to them.
Down 28-3.
This is, again, an example of you being magnanimous.
Yes. Yeah. Again, that's my nature, as
Giving.
you know. So I am a magnanimous person in general. It's just my innate being.
Okay. Now, what championships were you not satisfied by?
Well, these are the ones I found to be the least satisfying. I came up with 5. So we'll start right off the top. You'll notice a certain theme throughout them. The 86 Celtics. They were a wagon. Yes, they were arguably the greatest team of all time. If they didn't win the championship, it was a massive fail. Massive. They should have gone 82-0 that year if you want to know the truth.
Wow.
The 2004 Patriots. They played Philadelphia in the Super Bowl. They were never in any real threat of losing. So foregone conclusion once the year got going that they were going to win that Super Bowl. The Super Bowl was 24-21, I think was the final score. It really wasn't that close.
Very pedestrian game.
Completely controlled and dominated the game. I felt similarly about the 08 Celtics. Once they got rolling, 66 wins. They kind of had to grind a little bit in the playoffs. 7 gamers to start against Atlanta and Cleveland. It really would have been a choke if they lost. The one thing they did have in their favor was winning a comeback game in Los Angeles against the Lakers in Game 4, but that was a team they should have beaten, and they did. They beat them in 6 games, and they walloped them in the finale.
Oh, wait, very gratifying. You're crazy.
Mazz is not gratified by that championship.
The 2018 Red Sox. What adversity did they face exactly? Could someone tell me that? They won just about every, they won 108 games. They went 11-3 in the playoffs. I don't think they were ever in jeopardy of losing a series in the playoffs. They were a complete freaking wagon. They dominated. I mean, great. The 2018 Patriots, that was kind of a fluke. I mean, the Super Bowl kind of sucked. They ran the ball. They were kind of boring down the stretch. So it's not one of the ones that I would look at and say, ooh, that inspired me.
After that AFC Championship game in Kansas City, that not many people gave them a chance to go in there and win.
So that's a good point, Murray. But again, if I have to pick the 5, I tried to do 5. This is one of them. That Super Bowl was kind of... They played the big, Murray, the big secret game plan in that Super Bowl was playing zone defense. That was what the big spring was on the Rams.
No, I know.
Freaking 3 points the Rams scored.
And for the record, this current Celtics team is on pace, trending towards a non-gratifying championship.
Again, if it's the same as it is right now.
Right.
Which I do not expect it to be. But I'm telling you, I have found these playoffs, winning these series has not been remotely gratifying. If they lose more than one game in any of these series, it really is like a loss. It's like a series loss. If they go 6 with this Cleveland team, or they went 6 in the first round, given the shape Miami was in, how do you celebrate that?